If you're anything like me, you probably find it quite hard to focus and to be productive. Procrastination has held you back in your life up until now, and you really don't like the idea of monk mode. If that's the case, we're exactly the same. And I have a better way to work. This is a G's guide to productivity. This is how you become more productive in your life than you've ever been, while still enjoying your life. I really don't like the concept of monk mode, the fact that you need to shut yourself away and not live for extended periods of time just to get anything done. It defeats the point of getting things done, in my opinion. And for me, there is a much better way. This method will actually allow you to get a month's worth of work done that you do at your current rate, done in one day, so that you can go and actually live and enjoy your life. So let's break this down. Number one, big concept that just needs to go through your mind. Work doesn't need to be hard to be good. Ideas don't need to be complicated to work. You don't have to struggle endlessly for something to be worth doing. If you stay in the gym 5 hours a day, pushing as hard as you can, you would have got the same amount of results just doing 1 hour that day, pushing hard as you can. So hard work is hard work up until a point, and then it's just procrastination in a different sense, locking yourself away on monk mode in your room to feel productive rather than actually being productive. Now, the greatest people that I've ever met, the greatest millionaires, incredible minds, entrepreneurs I admire, my own friends that are hyper successful, they all work in this way. They don't shut themselves away to work, but they get more done than the average person in 1 hour than the average person would do in a week. And this is how they do it. So first thing you need to do is work fast. And the way you work fast is you use Pareto's principle. Pareto's principle is very simple. Work expands to film an allocated amount of time. So if you give yourself a week to do a task, it will take a week. If you give yourself an hour, it will take an hour. Now, Pareto's principle is great, but it actually doesn't usually work in theory if you're a procrastinator. You still procrastinate on the hour that you give yourself rather than the week, because it was a false hour. You said, I'm going to do this in an hour rather than a week, but you know that you could still do it in a week. So you procrastinate. What I do is I split down Pareto's principle like this. So I have my 4-hour work block, the work I need to get done. The most important tasks are listed first, the stuff that actually moves the needle, not busy work. Only do high leverage tasks. It's another point of this video. You put that in the first 4 hours of your day. Now, if there's nothing filling this time other than scrolling, watching TV, there's no urgency to get those 4 hours work done in 4 hours. You have to make getting those 4 hours work done absolutely essential. And how do you do this whilst improving your life? Well, you put your hobbies in here. So if you know that your hobbies or the fun that you have in your life, you want to take a girl on a date, or you want to go wakeboarding, or you want to go to the boxing gym, or you want to go and do a class, or you want to go and learn a new skill, or I just got DJ decks, you want to go and DJ. This has to be scheduled in as well as the work. That's how this works. Because when you have 4 hours, then you know I'm busy for the rest of the day with my friends. I'm going on some sort of adventure. I'm going on this fun date. I'm doing this fun thing. I have to get the work done. It's like when your mum said to you when you were a kid, get your homework done and you can go and play with your friends. And you would fucking get that work done so quickly, but if there was no chance of going to see your friends, it would take you all day to do the work. Exactly the same principle as when you were a child, applied to being an adult. Just that one tip alone will change the way that you work. Work fast, work ferociously, have high effort into your work. Also, focus on one task at a time. So when I make videos, for example, some of you might be interested in this. Today I'll make 3 videos. Okay, I've got this one here, then I've got a set just there, and then I've got a set downstairs, and I've got all 3 videos planned. What I don't do is sit down, come up with a video, film it, edit it, done. What I do is sit down and come up with 3 ideas in the ideation phase, because when your brain's thinking of ideas, it can think of more ideas easily. And then when I'm in filming mode, like I am now, the hardest thing is getting the camera out, setting it up, doing all the sets, making sure the settings are right, getting the mic on, getting changed, having a shower. Once that's done, it's done. So then you film all 3, your task group in a row. And then once that's all done, it's very easy to sit on a computer for a day and edit 3 videos. Or hand them off to someone, like I'll hand these off to Max, though I may edit one of them myself, which is a bit more creative coming on Friday. That's how we task group. So when you do tasks, find every version of that task. If you're going to do email, find every email you need to get rid of and get rid of it. Don't look at email again till tomorrow. Every message you need to reply to clients, get it done in 1 hour, send them back. You should have a checklist of things you need to do in a 4-hour period. 4 hours to reply to all emails. I'm going to reply to all clients. I'm going to film the content I need to do, and you split the tasks up and you do them in task groups. Now, there are some tasks that are particularly unenjoyable that you really don't want to do. Maybe you've got to go and check in with a load of people and ask about updates that you don't want to do. Whatever it is for you, you must group hard tasks with things that you enjoy. Hard work does not need to be hard to be good. If you have a task you don't like doing, do it somewhere you enjoy being, which takes me on to get into an inspiring environment where you can't wank. That's an important point. That's a serious point. A lot of people sit in their bedrooms all day and they have trouble with touching themselves. I'm not one of those people. I prefer to fuck women. But a lot of people do have that issue and they stay in their bedroom all day trying to get work done sitting on monk mode. What you do is you've got a load of work you need to do, emails you need to do, a new document you need to write, video ideas to come up with. You could sit in your room and do them, yes, but you'll get distracted. You don't like doing those tasks. Go to an environment or group them with a task that is fun. If you go to a luxury hotel, you're way happier to be there than you would be if you were just sitting in your bedroom. You feel more inspired. You've got the energy of the people around, and you can't wank in a 5-star hotel in the lobby. You're arrested for that. You have a very bad name for yourself. Don't do that. So that's what you do. You have to be smart with this and trick your brain. Same with the tasks. You need to make a load of phone calls you don't want to make. Go and do them sitting in a hot tub. Go and do them on a nice walk in the sun. Find something to do alongside that task that makes it enjoyable. Sometimes for me, I could work in my room, but my friends are downstairs. I just stick some noise cancelling headphones in and I sit on the sofa around my friends, still part of the action, and do the work. This is how you make life fun at the same time as getting the work done, and more work than you've ever done. You can do so much if you focus on a task. If you actually sit down and work, you can do so much on a task. But what most people do is they live in between. They don't allow themselves to have fun because the work isn't finished. This is very important to learn because you can't actually enjoy the downtime. You can't enjoy seeing your friends. You can't enjoy watching a movie, DJing, building Lego, learning guitar. You can't enjoy that if it's a procrastination activity. Your body just won't let you. You know in the back of your mind there's something that's itching to be done. Another thing you need to do, any tasks that have been in your mind for longer than a week, little annoying things you need to do, paying bills, repaying a debt, all this sort of stuff, it takes up this behind the scenes mental energy that you need to clear out to be focused. So what I would recommend you do right now is if there's any of those open loops you haven't closed yet, either cross them off and don't do them. That's absolutely fine. If you have too many ideas, you can't do them all. Cross them off and just say, look, that's for another year. Let's get rid of that. That's not happening this year. Increase bandwidth. It's like a computer with too many windows open. I've got to pay an internet bill. I need to send money to this person, or I'm going to sit down and cross all of those off. Clear the bandwidth in your system. Another little bit of a strange one, but genuinely works, even though it's fairly taboo to talk about, semen retention. Not busting a nut for 7-day cycles. For most of you, you'll be full of testosterone. I certainly am, and 7 days is about as far as I can go before I end up seeing a girl. But those 7 days are important. If you're jerking off every day or fucking your girlfriend every day, and then you notice on day 3 or 4 how much more motivated you are to finish your task and get your job done, you realize what a hack this is. And the longer you go, the better this becomes until a certain point, and then all you're thinking about is sex and it distracts from the work. So 7-day cycles at a minimum. Just do 7 days, don't touch yourself, don't bust in any girls, and you will work better on those days. And then on the days off, the days where you enjoy yourself, go and see a girl, go and do what you need to do. Now, another thing, if you have a particularly strenuous task that needs to get done, something you've been putting off for a long time, and you want to get it done fast, you want to get it done well, you want to stack your caffeine and your stimulants on a certain day of the week, and then give the receptors in your brain time to adjust in your days off. So if you go and drink 2 Monsters every single day, right? 2 energy drinks, they're going to have little to no effect. They just make you feel normal. But if you wait 6 days and then have 1 Monster, you will get far more work done. The caffeine will actually work. This is a stack that I really like on those days where, for me, sometimes I like to get all my work done for a week on one day. and work for 12 hours in that day using this stack, and then take the rest of the week off and actually live my life. Caffeine, 200 milligrams, L-tyrosine, mecanopiruins, and creatine, 5 grams creatine, and then the recommended dose of L-tyrosine and mecanopiruins, or double dose, whatever you want to do. Do your own research on these, but that's the stack I use. Like on a day-to-day where I'm going to do a week's worth of videos, literally over a 3-hour period from ideation to filming, that is exactly what I'm using today. Then tomorrow, I can chill, I can do what I want. I'll DJ all day. I'll go on a course and learn to DJ all day. And then I'll go to the gym and hang out and go sit in the sun by the pool. I might not work again for the next 3 or 4 days. Why? Because my important tasks have been done. My reels have been scheduled. My content's been made. Then I let the body relax. No caffeine. Let the receptors adjust. Then I'll go, okay, I need another sprint of work. Let me sit down and get all of that stuff done. On a 12-hour period, boom, then I'll take 3 days off, do whatever I want. That's how I like to work. And finally, if you want to start one of these hyper-productive days, the days where you sit down and at the end of the day you go, holy shit, I got so much work done there. I didn't waste a single minute of time. I freed up so much of my calendar. Those days have to start a certain way. You have to hit your wake-up time. Do not snooze the alarm. If you snooze, you already lost first task of the day. You don't get the dopamine boost from getting out of bed on time. You lose the day. And do not look at the phone first thing in the morning. If the first thing you do is open up your phone and scroll, you release short-term dopamine for a cheap task. It will not give you the motivation you need to get the hard tasks done. But work this way rather than locking yourself in a room and not living your life to force yourself to be productive. Force yourself to be as efficient and time productive as possible and fill the rest of your life with hobbies, fun, adventure, women if you want. Go and live your life. Your life was not designed to be this constant turmoil and hard work and struggle. Life can be easier than that, but you have to work hard and fast. You have to get things done. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you did it. It doesn't matter if it took you 16 hours or 16 minutes. As long as the task is done to the best of your ability, this is how we play without rules. This is how we broke all the rules when we were kids growing up at school. The underachievers that end up becoming entrepreneurs because they don't want to do mindless tasks, because we've not created to become workers. This is how I essentially use this system. So there you go. There's a G's Guide to Productivity. Go and live more, do more work, get more done at the same time. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you on the next one. Whoop-ow!